What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys had a fantastic day today, and today we have another massive release reaction for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today we have a massive release reaction in store for you guys. We have so many releases to go over, and I'm really excited for it, and I hope you guys are as well. I believe we have like 4 or 5, or at least that many. I think we have like more like 8 or so on here. Pretty much all for the month of November. I'm really excited to get into this. I hope you guys are as well. And like I said, many great releases to be had, and I'm really excited to dive into these. So once again, thank you Easy Toys for providing these newsletters. They are quite nice to get all the information together. And we're gonna get started here with the actually this one, the previous ones. This is where I was lining ourselves up to resume from last time. Be sure to check that one out if you haven't already. Alrighty, looks like we're gonna be starting with some InFlights and possibly some Hobby Masters on here. So let's see what we got going here. I'm excited for these. We're gonna start with Hobby Master 172 scale. Let's see what we got going. Beginning right here, wow, this turned out fantastic. The Top Gun US Navy F-18 Super Hornet 50th anniversary scheme. I'm pretty sure this was announced probably 3 or 4 months ago, and I'm really glad to see this into fruition. It's a beautiful livery and it looks fantastic. Definitely hope to get some models like that in the near future. I would love to grow my military fleet, although it is very expensive. These models are highly detailed and are valued super well, so glad to get to see that, and that looks fantastic. And then for InFlight, moving into that, really big highlight right there. This is a key model for Hobby Master collectors. That would be like, for instance, the Southwest Desert Gold Retro for 1-400 collectors in the US, of course. But here's our InFlight lineup for pre-orders. Let's see what we got going here with our pretty much our 2-a-month batch. We're gonna get started here with the House Doubles DC-862 November 1501 uniform. Beautiful model right here. I really like the house livery. I did not know this is what the Doubles house livery did look like, but of course every manufacturer for the most part has a house livery, and this one looks fantastic. So I'm glad to get to see that right there from InFlight. And next we have a Veyrig Brazil Boeing 747-400 Papa Victor Papa Golf with the polished underbelly. Very neat model right here. I did not know that they had one in this livery. This is a fantastic looking plane though, and like I've talked about it, I've really been excited to find more planes from different regions around the world, especially South America, as I think it's a very underserved market. So I'm really glad to get to see that, and the 1-200 scale is looking fantastic so far for this month. Following that, we have Olympic Boeing 727-200 Sierra X-Ray Charlie Bravo Echo. Really nice model right here. Glad to get to see this. Olympic is a really cool carrier, and I think there's plenty of demand for them in both scales, 1-400, 1-200 predominantly. So I'm really glad to get to see this right here, and this is another very unique release. I do really like that about InFlight, is they knock out several very unique airplanes. And here's a more commonplace one. This is a Qatar Airbus E3, or Emirates flight, I guess, Airbus E340-300 Alpha 7 Alpha Alpha Hotel. Really glad to get to see this model as well. Always really like when they do A340s. They're very unique, and I think their mold is really good for that aircraft, just like the rest of them. So really glad to get to see that. And again, very excited to get my first InFlight model very soon. Here's an American A321neo. Wow, November 460 Alpha November. I am very tempted to get this. I know I said I was tempted on the 319, but this is a fantastic release right here. Man, that is very, very tempting. Really, really glad to see that. That's a fantastic model right there, and I'm really, really eager to see how that comes out. So I'm definitely interested in swinging back around to that if it turns out really good. Very, very excited for that. I would like to see when the ETA is though. Probably like May of 23 would be my guess. March 31st. Okay, so a little bit sooner than what I was anticipating, but I'm really excited for that, and that hopefully will turn out fantastic. That is a really nice release right there. Great job by InFlight. Fantastic. And that's all the more we need to see, boys. Really impressive release right there. Very good variety, and that American Neo going to be really nice. I personally don't know much about their Neo mold in general, so I'm really excited to see how it will turn out. That will be really exciting to say the least. Alrighty, so it looks like we got some Aviation 400s this time around. If you missed my NG video for the month, definitely check that out. There were some really good planes in it. Let me see if I get the thing to stay. It's always so hard. I don't know like what its criteria is. Okay, I guess you have to go all the way to the top. But nevertheless, let's see what we got going here. So it looks like we got some more InFlights. It looks like, unfortunately, spelled wrong, rest in peace. And we also got some Aviation 400s, I would assume, here as well. So let's take a look at what we got going here. Beginning with more InFlights. I'm excited because InFlight is fantastic. So let's see what we have going here. We have a JAL Doubles DC-862 Juliet Alpha 8033. Beautiful looking plane. These DC-8s are very unique. I always really like Scandinavia and Japan. They just have, and Singapore, just really simple liveries throughout the years. They're all in the same baseline criteria, but they've all been altered a little bit. This is a prime example of that. So very cool model right here. It looks fantastic. Singapore Airbus A340-300 9 Victor Sierra Juliet Echo, just referencing them. That's a beautiful looking 50th sticker livery of sorts. Really like the detail on that one, excuse me, and it's a very unique livery. Hawaiian Lockheed L110 or no, I'm not trying to sell L188 L1011 November 763 Bravo Echo. Very unique. I honestly don't think anybody's made this one with the Sun Trips of California livery. This is a really unique looking aircraft, and honestly I did not know that Hawaiian had L1011. So a beautiful looking plane, and really good stuff from InFlight this year. It's been a great year for them. Here's another very popular one, the Air Transit Lockheed L1011 Charlie Golf Tango Sierra Zulu. Beautiful looking plane. Its old Air Transat livery, excuse me, is very unique, and I think it looks fantastic. Very glad to see that, and that model turned out really nice. More Aviation 400s. Let's see what we have going here. These are arrivals. French B Airbus A350-1000 Foxtrot Hotel Mike India X-Ray. I'm not sure if we've covered these or not. I think we might have, but I'm not completely sure, so bear with me. But nevertheless, glad to get to see another iteration of this aircraft, because I know NG I think did 900, so very glad to get to see this one done right here. This looks fantastic. Alrighty, Etihad Airbus A350-1000 50th sticker. Glad to get to see this aircraft as well. It looks fantastic. Very nice. Sorry, I think we did go over these, but let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did, so we'll kind of just skim through, or, you know, just reiterate them if you guys haven't seen them yet. Qantas Airbus A350-1000 came in. Looks fantastic. All these 350s are coming in this month. Here's that China Southern. Very cool plane. I like the livery on that one. And we also have a Sichuan's Airbus A350-900. I know I botched that so bad. Sichuan, something like that. Not completely sure on that one, but a really nice special livery. And the Aviation 350 mold's really nice. I hope to get an aircraft like that in the near future. And here is another one. This is, I'm not sure what the difference on this is. Oh, it's a different scheme of sorts. Slightly different. It's whatever this is. So not sure, but that looks really cool. Panda livery. There we go. And here's an Air China 350-900. Glad to get to see that as well. Beautiful looking plane, and we've seen the NGs. So fantastic set right there. Really good batch of models, and InFlight continuing to do their work along with the others. These NG releases we actually did not cover in the NG video, because there was a 1-200 exclusive release. Why they did that, I'm not completely sure, but let's take a look at these. Okay, this is actually the main release, okay. But I think we are going to get an article here in a minute on the exclusive ones. Video on Aero Classics came out. Feel free to check it out. And more Hobby Masters. Yes. Let's see what we have going here. Let me see if I can get this website to work with me. There we go. Alrighty, let's see what we have going here for, I'm sorry. I'll just read. Let's just see what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on up here, but there we go. Alrighty, so 2 Top Gun F-18 Super Hornets by Hobby Master. Let's take a look. Well, I guess we're gonna have to click the hyperlink, but hopefully they're looking fantastic. Yeah, the detail on this, I know we already looked at it, but man, that is fantastic. The canopy looks super good. Just the combination of the blue and black look fantastic. There's what the underbelly of these Hobby Masters look like. Highly recommend checking them out if you haven't got a chance to. They're really cool planes. That's another great example. While a little bit expensive, man, they are super nice. All right, so kind of an interesting announcement there from Easy Toys. Gemini jets, we did go over this. November's arriving, yeah. So feel free to get ready for the unboxing of those. Black Friday, unfortunately, already happened. And here we go with the new December, but I'm sorry, I'm looking for the future, because the future production, because there are some really good ones in here that I'm very excited to take a look at. Oh my gosh, yes, thank you Easy Toys for putting that on there. That is fantastic. That's super clean. I'm not sure whose airport that is, but man, that makes me very, very jealous. Alrighty, so here's their little production there, or coupon there for that, and here we go with the new one. So let's take a look at this. So we have several really cool ones right here. We have the Copa Retro livery, their 75th anniversary livery, particularly 737-800. That's a really cool plane. I don't think many people have done that livery very much, especially 1-400, so I'm excited to get to see that. Another very exciting plane is the Alaska Horizon Retro livery, Ember ERJ-175, coming both 1-200 scale and 1-400 scale. This is a very exciting model, as the Alaska Horizon livery has now been repainted onto Ember 175 with the anticipation retirement of the Q400. I think it turned out really nice, and I'm very excited to get that model 1-400 in the future. Maybe 1-200, we shall see. We also have the Trump Boeing 757-200. Not going to get political in that. All I will say is that the plane does look really nice. I think that most of these planes do come out pretty nice. So this one also looks good in terms of the design. So it looks very nice in that way. We also have the Desert Gold Retro 737 MAX 8. Really like the Desert Retro. I think it turned out super nice, and I'm very excited to get that on 1:400 scale. It's going to be a beautiful plane, and as you guys can see, it looks fantastic. We're also going to get Tennessee one from Gemini, which is very exciting. I'm not sure like what happened with the writing here, but I think it got kind of clunky. But that's very exciting. NG's also doing their version in the coming months. And we also have the 1-400 there for Desert, and these aircraft down here as well, the repeats. And yeah, so really excited for all these. The Desert's probably definitely my most anticipated model, but I'm also very excited for the Horizon Retro. The Copa will be great, and for anybody looking for the Trump aircraft, that will also be great for them. So really great future previews here. I'm really excited for those, and I hope those turn out fantastic there. Alrighty, so here we go into the bulk. We have a Phoenix release in here, some JC Wings, InFlights, and all kinds of good stuff. So this is where the bulk of our content's coming today. So very excited to take a look at these. Here we go with JC Wings' most recent release. Hopefully it's going to be good. I'm really excited for it, and let's see what it's all about. Sorry, I'm just making sure that the camera frame rate, all that looks good. Alright, here we go. 1-200, we're going to start with the Japan Coast Guard Gulfstream G5 Juliet Alpha 500 Alpha. Beautiful looking plane. Love the mesh of blue, and that's just a nice little flavor right there. So it looks really good. I'm glad to get to see that. And we have an interactive Ethiopian cargo Boeing 777 freighter, Echo Tango Alpha Whiskey Echo. Really nice aircraft right there, very unique one. Usually we get more like Qatar cargos and that sort of thing, but an Ethiopian cargo is going to be fantastic for anybody looking for one. So glad to get to see that right there. We're also going to find a KLM City Hopper SkyTeam Embraer ERJ-190 Papa Hotel Echo Zulu X-Ray. A really unique looking plane, especially with the KLM blending into the SkyTeam. That's pretty unique. Really nice aircraft right there, and I think that's going to be great for any European collector that's looking for that aircraft. So glad to get to see that. Egypt Air Boeing 737-500 Sierra Uniform Golf Bravo India. Very unique aircraft. Definitely got a really nice rich history right there with that aircraft. Tail looks very unique. Very cool aircraft, and I think that one's going to turn out really nice. So really good job right there by JC. We're also going to find a Kuwait government Airbus A340-500 9-kilo Gulf Bravo Alpha. Beautiful looking plane, very nice, and I think that one's going to come out really good. Always gotta love a nice A340-500. We're also getting the interactive white Lufthansa Cargo 777F Delta Alpha Lima Foxtrot Juliet. If you're looking for a custom 777, this is about as good as it gets. So, but just in general though, this is a good looking aircraft and just a nice 777 if you're looking for one for your cargo or just in general your cargo ramp at an airport or just for your collection. Here's another one, and this is the Natural Beauty. This is a non-interactive version, so whichever one you're looking for, they got the options. And then we got a Malaysia Airbus A380 Mike November Bravo. Beautiful looking plane. I always really like this livery. It looks so nice, and really glad to get to see that knocked out right there. Alrighty, we got a Finnair McDonnell Dobbs MD-11 Oscar Hotel Lima Golf Charlie. Really cool plane right there. You also got the Newman's special livery. Very unique. I didn't even know they had a livery like this, so I think it looks fantastic. Excuse me, guys, and I think that it turned out really nice. So really glad to see that right there. Alrighty, we got a Boeing Houseboat 757. Really glad to get to see this. The simple prefix in November 757 Alpha. Really cool plane. I think this is one of the best Boeing house liveries out there. I have a 777 with it, and I personally really like it. So really iconic right there, very unique, and I'm very glad to get to see that right there. And we have some 1-400s, including an Aeroflot Illusion IL-86 Romeo Alpha 86074. That's a very cool Soviet aircraft for anybody that's looking for it. I think Aeroflot had a really cool plane in the IL-86 way back when. Very neat aircraft and definitely a rich history there to say the least. We're also going to find a United States Navy USN C-40 Clipper. That is a very awesome aircraft right there. 165834. So this is really very exciting to get to see because we really haven't had many aircraft like this for the C-40 at least. I know Gemini did a 2-pack way back in the day, probably like 2008, 2009, maybe even before that. It was a long time ago. But this is very exciting to get to see. It's going to be interesting with the mold, but I hope it turns out good and definitely a consideration for sure. It's a very neat aircraft. Alrighty, I want to do my best here. I think it's an Ike Israel Airbus E321 Neo. I haven't seen a 4 in a long time. 4 X-Ray Alpha Gulf Kilo. You don't see that very often, but very unique aircraft. The livery is pretty unique in terms of the cheat lines and everything, if you want to call them that. Pretty much this back portion with the stripes. Really unique aircraft. Probably the most colors I've seen in quite some time, and a really good looking aircraft right there, to say the least. Very unique. We got flaps down global super tanker services, Boeing 747-400. This November 744 Sierra Tango, pretty nice. This is a good looking aircraft. I really like it, especially 944 on the tail is really cool. But glad to get to see the flaps down, and most likely the flaps up. Who would you want to guess? Flaps down Turkish Boeing 787-9 Tango Charlie Lima Foxtrot. Very glad to get to see this aircraft done in 1-200. Gemini did a fantastic release and won the 400. And anybody looking for a Turkish 787-9, you got a flaps down and a flaps up. We got a Dragon Air Boeing 747-200, a cargo that is, Bravo Kilo Alpha Delta. Very interesting aircraft right here. It looks really nice, very nice and simple, and that is a really neat release right there. So you love to get to see it. Actually, sorry guys, this is 1-400, so you're gonna get a JC version now of that too, which is very nice to get to see right there. And now we have some more in-flight, so let's see what we got going here. Come on, really? Does it let me at least see it from here? Because I like to assess these. Oh, okay, I think these are it. So it's probably gonna be these 5. So it looks like we have a Singapore 727-200 9 Victor Sierra Gulf India. Really nice looking livery. I like that one. $135. We got the Royal or UK Air Force Airbus A321 Neo Gulf Bravo India Bravo November India, excuse me. And then we got a Jin Air Boeing 737-800 Hotel Lima 8246. That is a very cool looking aircraft. I like the livery. Lufthansa Cargo 747-230 Delta Alpha Bravo Yankee Echo. Very nice. How about a Virgin Atlantic Boeing 747-200, excuse me, Gulf Victor Sierra in the Island Lady livery. Man, these are just some really cool aircraft right here, and if you're looking for any of these are great options for you. Really glad to get to see that, and that looks fantastic. I just got to see it the Americans here, because that I guess it's not in this list, but it's probably in the maybe just the normal in-flight. This is probably the JC Wings, or I'm sorry, J Fox portion of that. So really good set of aircraft right there, and that is fantastic. Glad to get to see that. That is really cool. All right, more JC Wings. This time it's going to be the future release section. So let's see what JC Wings has in their future release. Gemini obviously having quite a bit of US stuff, so let's see what JC Wings can do here. Alrighty, so here we go. No ETA. We also have some Hobby Masters as well. Let's get started with the 1-200s. Northern Pacific Airways Boeing 757-200 November 628 November Papa. Fantastic release. This is going to be very helpful for anybody looking for this aircraft. Of course, Northern Pacific Airways will be a new carrier based out of Alaska. Not sure if they'll be low cost or full service or what the deal will be there, but definitely in a very exciting release, and I think this will turn out fantastic. So glad to get to see that right there. That's a cool release. And then we have a Korean Air Airbus A321 Neo. This is Hotel Lima 8505. Beautiful looking plane. I think it looks very nice, and anybody looking for that's going to be very happy to see it. We got a Avianca with the Taka tail Airbus A320. This November 567 Alpha Victor. This is actually a retro livery. Very neat one. You don't really see that very often. It works perfectly on a livery like this, but pretty hard to be able to pull this off. But you never usually just see the tail such as the retro part and then the normal liveries in the front. If this was a 400 release, this actually kind of interests me because I've needed a current day Avianca livery for Dallas for quite some time. So we'll see if they're doing that in 400, but I'm definitely interested in that if so, just to get some sort of modern Avianca, whatever the proper pronunciation is there. Got interactive Maastricht Air Cargo Boeing 767-300. This is Oscar Yankee Sierra Yankee Alpha. Really cool with the winglets. I think this is a very good looking aircraft. Really like the blue. That is really cool, and I definitely look to expand my international cargo fleet in the future at some point because there are some really good ones. Here's our 1-400 lineup. We have the Northern Air Pacific 757. Definitely a thought for my collection. One thing that I would really like to do in the future is start collecting all of these different startup airlines in the US, and this would definitely fall into that category, no matter if they're low cost or full service or what the deal is. So definitely will be considering this one if NG or Gemini doesn't do it in the future. Here's a Gall Boeing 737-800. This is Papa Romeo Gulf X-ray, Gulf X-ray Bravo in the Gold do Brazil livery. Sorry, very cool livery. It has a bunch of color on it, so it looks really nice. Glad to get to see that. Here we have the Korean Air A321 Neo again. Again, this is going to be a really good model. It hopefully will turn out very nice, but if you're waiting for ENG, can't blame you there. And then we have the flaps down Lufthansa Cargo 777 Freighter Delta Alpha Lima Foxtrot Juliet making its 1-400 appearance. Good looking aircraft, and pretty much the same applies for what I said previously, and there's the normal one. Alright, an Azul Airbus A350-900 Papa Romeo Alpha Oscar Yankee. Sorry guys. Beautiful looking airplane. This looks fantastic. I know they're pretty famous for their 330s. I'm glad you get to see them get 350s too. So they look awesome. Sorry guys. And I really like the detail on them. And you also get the flaps down and obviously normal configuration there. Alright, here's a Fly Gonwin Airbus A330-200 Hotel Lima 8512. Beautiful looking livery. I really like the red here. I know I talk about the livery so much, but really that's what makes the planes. You know, obviously they're all very unique, like DC-9s or A330s, A350s, but the livery is really what makes or breaks it to a degree for people, and this is definitely a good looking one right here. Alright, China Eastern Airbus, this is a Comac C-19, how about that? Bravo 001 Juliet. I did not know that JC Wings has this mold. I thought it was only NGs, so there's a little bit of competition spicing up, and I've really wanted to make that video for several weeks now, so hopefully I'll be able to knock it out here in the coming weeks. But pretty much the concept of all the competition between model manufacturers, both 1 to 200 scale and 1 to 400 scale, because there's just so much of it right now, particularly Aviation 400, JC Wings, Phoenix models, making all these different A330s, or I'm sorry, A380s, A350s, that sort of thing. So crazy to get to see it, but there's another great example. And here's our Hobby Masters. We got a USAF F-15 Striking Eagle 1980 right here. Hotel Alpha, or that's the item number, sorry guys. A really, really good looking aircraft right here. Absolutely love the canopy, looks great. Love the green shades, looks awesome. Definitely cool aircraft, and I hope it comes out really good from Hobby Master. Likewise, for this Polish Air Force F-35A, very nice aircraft right here. These F-35s are really cool. You really have to see an actual picture to get a grasp of them, but another great example right here with this Hobby Master release. And then we have a Swiss Air Force version as well. That'll be a very exciting, I'm sorry, Polish, guys. I'm sorry, not Polish, golly. But Swiss Air Force looks fantastic. Love the livery there, and just a little bit of difference I don't tell you guys can definitely get to see it right there. Su-35S Flanker no aggressors, I think that's what we got. Fully weapon load. Very nice aircraft right here. Love to get to see the detail here. Looks really good, and I'm sure the model will come out fantastic. We also have this version, and this is the weapon version. Cool to get to see two different versions here. It's really helpful if you're trying to represent something particular, or if you remember it in a certain way. So glad to get to see that there from Hobby Master. Oh, this one looks really nice. Of course it's gonna do that to me, but let's see what it is. This is a ROCAF F-16V variant. How about that? Very cool to get to see that. That's a very good looking aircraft. There's the details on that one. I really like the 21 on there for the blackjack. That's really cool. That makes that plane just that much more special. And let's see if there's any others here that may come up. It looks like we also have these as well. Now I'm not sure if these end up getting covered or not, but as you guys can see, we have some really cool Sky Blazers right here, F-100s. Very, very cool to get to see that right there. And yeah, I think these get covered, and I think we probably ended off somewhere over here last time. So here's all the additional ones. Canadian Air Force planes are really cool. Glad to get to see that. The Voodoo is pretty interesting. And then I feel like we've done these. Sorry about that, everybody, but some really good offerings right here to say the least. Very nice. Alrighty, so let's take a look at, let's see here. Okay, I was just looking in general. I was trying to look for that. Okay, sorry, I got lost. I had a phone call there. So anyways, I believe we have one more. Let's see. Yes, we have one final one, and it's the Phoenix releases. This is a pretty good set from my knowledge, because I did see a couple of them, not really intentionally, but unfortunately in the world of social media, it's pretty hard. So really excited to see what all is in here, and I hope that it's going to be great. So let's take a look at the Phoenix release. Here we go for 1 to 400 scale. Excuse me, guys. We have an ANA on the pond Airbus A380 Juliet Alpha 384 Alpha. Very nice. Love the detail on this one with the Navy right there. Looks fantastic. It's a really cool aircraft. It'll be interesting to see if Aviation 400 JC Wings does this to try to compete. So a really good looking aircraft right there. Following that, we have the FedEx Old Livery McDonnell Douglas MD-11 Freighter November 614 Foxtrot Echo. Whew. That is hot. That is a really beautiful retro aircraft. I know the retro FedEx collectors are going to be very excited to see that. That is a really cool looking aircraft. I'm really excited to see how Phoenix will do on that now that they've done the 767 and of course the MD-11. So we'll have to see if they do some more. I wish they had 727. Well, that would be cool. But nevertheless, really nice to get to see that right there. We have an Azul Marguerite, something like that, Airbus A320 Neo Daisy livery, Papa Romeo Yankee Sierra Kilo, the duck livery, which is really cool. Looks really nice. Of course, I love when Azul's promoting Disney there. I think that's really cool, and glad to see another iteration of that from Phoenix. Alrighty, we got a Lufthansa Airbus A340-600 Delta Alpha India Hotel Foxtrot. Very nice to get to see the new livery. Now, I do believe that somebody else did this. Slipped my mind who it is, but Gemini did it. Of course, duh, they did it like 4 years ago. So it'll be interesting to see Phoenix's take on this, and hopefully it turns out really good. So very excited to get to see it, and hopefully it'll turn out really nice. We have a TNT Express Boeing 767-300 Echo Charlie Lima Kilo Victor. Very nice to get to see that. You got the Sure We Come on there as well. Very cool aircraft, really helpful for any cargo fleet. I'm sure this one's going to turn out fantastic. Very nice release right there. Alrighty, we got an Onapon Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner Juliet Alpha 874 Alpha Future Promise livery. They did a 787-9, which is also kind of similar to this, but glad you could see the Dash 8 done. I think it's going to be a really nice model there for ANA and Phoenix, so glad you could see that right there. Here's the Airlines Argentina Airbus A330-200 Lima Victor Foxtrot Victor Hotel. This is a beautiful looking aircraft. It's a view ball livery, something like that. Really very unique livery in general, and I'm very excited to see that. Definitely interesting getting planes like this in the future, just some different international ones, because there's so many airlines to collect around the world, and that's what makes model collecting so much fun. Very nice aircraft, right? Love to get to see it right there. Alrighty, we also got a Japan Boeing this is a Boeing 777-300ER, sorry about that guys. Juliet Alpha 731 Juliet. Beautiful looking aircraft, really like the green on the tail right there. Very unique one, and I think that one looks fantastic. So a really neat plane right there, and glad to see it. Credit to all the respective photographers, by the way. Saudi Arabia Boeing 787-10 Hotel Zulu Alpha Romeo 26 Niemann livery. Niemann, something like that. Niemann. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that properly, but definitely an interesting looking livery. NG, I'm kind of surprised they haven't done this one, so Phoenix is going to knock it out for them. And hopefully it'll be a good looking aircraft, so you'd love to get to see that right there. Qatar Boeing 777-300 Alpha 7 Bravo Echo Echo in 25 years livery. Very unique aircraft. Just love how all these other manufacturers are so close to doing normal livery, they won't do it. And then of course NG finally did it, so it's pretty awesome. But another example, got 25 years. Pretty interesting for all these sticker liveries, but what can I say? And here we have the Azul A350-900, another prime example of this. Dang, it's crazy. So JC just did it, and now Phoenix just did it. Get ready for that video, coming very soon. We're gonna talk about the competition between these manufacturers, and I don't know necessarily the copying, but you know, kind of the interesting philosophy that's going on here. So pretty crazy, but there's the Phoenix version. What can I say? Kuwait Airbus A330-800 Neo. Dang, I did not know they had this mold, 9 kilo Alpha Papa Golf. I did not know Phoenix carried this mold. This is going to be a very interesting airplane. Really eager to see how this comes out, and hopefully we'll have a really nice A330-800 Neo, because I don't think there's many operators of this yet, so it's going to look pretty interesting, but I hope it's going to be good and very interesting to say the least right there. So how about that? We're also going to get Air Greenland Airbus A330-800 Neo, so we're definitely getting the Airbus Neos today. Oscar Yankee Golf Kilo November, how about that? Very unique looking livery right there, all red, pretty cool. I think it looks really nice, and really interesting to see the A330-800 Neos getting a touch here, very nice. How about a Thai Airbus A340-600? This is Hotel Sierra Tango November Bravo with no logo on it. I don't know why, this seems so much more stretched out than what it should, but maybe it's just the optical illusion with the livery. But a really cool looking aircraft right there. I think it looks fantastic, and interesting with the no logo right there. But hey, what can I say? Very interesting, and hopefully it turns out as a great model. And then we have this one, and this one does come with the logo right here. Hotel Sierra Tango November Alpha. So I'm trying to see what logo they are talking about. Oh, it's this one right here, I believe is the logo that they're talking about. So really nice and pretty, kind of like NG-like, if you will, to get to see two different iterations that with that small of a difference. But can't complain with that, and glad to get to see it right there. Alrighty, we got a Mongolian Airlines Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner Juliet Uniform 1789. Really cool with the 789 right there at the very end. Yet we get a 789 with this release, so that's really cool. It's a really cool looking plane. I don't know too much about Mongolian, but I think they seem like a pretty cool airline. So glad to get to see this release right here, and the livery is pretty cool. So nice release right there by Phoenix. I do feel like somebody might have did this though. Could be wrong, but I feel like somebody might have done that. And I believe that might be it for the Phoenix releases. To confirm, since it did that little cutoff thing again, let's click the hyperlink and make sure we're not missing any of these. these I'm pretty sure were already announced. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure that they're already announced. So very nice to get to see that release right there, and that is it for today's release reaction. So quite a few awesome releases. It was really good to get to see all those. Please comment below which one your guys' favorite was and what models you guys are interested in getting. Certainly interested in a few of those myself. I think the FedEx retro livery was really cool, but the one that really interests me is that American Neo from InFlight in the 1/200 scale. I'm really hopeful that that model comes out good, and if it does, you might see that in my collection in the near future. But very excited for that. I hope you guys are as well. But with that being said, that'll do for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.